Hello everybody, we're going to do Viparita Karani today, and this is one of the main poses that we include in our restorative program. Most people that do this pose know and love this pose because it's a very calming pose for the nervous system. It also helps the chest to open, so it elevates the lungs and the heart and gives a feeling of lightness and joy. So let me show you how to set up first. I'm using just normal things that you might find in the home. I've got a mat, obviously, yoga mat. Most people have a mat, but even if you didn't have a mat, you could still do this pose. I've taken 2 cushions from the dining room chairs. So they're square cushions. You don't really want anything wider than this because otherwise it's going to be too high into the neck when you lie down on it. So that width is perfectly fine. 2 of those, and because they're quite thin and I need to elevate the buttocks more, I've taken 2 blankets as well. And you could use something like towels or sheets or duvet covers, anything that's quite heavy, because you need to weight the cushions down and have a nice firm base to sit on. I'm going to show you how to get into the pose in 2 different ways. The first way is the more common way that we do, and that is to come in from the side. So I'm going to turn my back to the camera so you can see. So you start off sitting right on the very edge of your lift, right on the edge, and then you lie back over it. So your hip is very close to the wall, shoulder close to the wall, but then you're going to put your opposite shoulder, so that's my left shoulder, down on the floor, the right hand on the wall to steady yourself. Once you've got your left shoulder down and your right shoulder down, you then swing your legs into position. And you have to wriggle so that you're on the mat, that your chest is facing the legs are facing the wall. Now, if your buttocks don't touch the wall, what you do there is you bend your knees and you glue your feet to the wall. And I'm saying this because most people move their feet when they do this next bit. You then lift your hips up and you have to walk in on your shoulders. You have to move your shoulders, walk in, and then stretch the body down and stretch the legs up. So hopefully at that point your buttocks will touch the wall. And if they don't, try and do that same action again, bending the knees, bringing the feet to the wall, lifting the hips up, walking in, and then extending the buttocks down, stretching the legs up, and then rolling the arms out like that so the palms face the ceiling. Now the second way you can do the pose is to roll into it. So I'm going to show you that now. So you roll out, and this is a little bit more advanced. So those of you with any neck issues, please don't do this next version. But this is great for the youngsters to try. You just have to be controlled when you go into it with your legs, not throwing your legs over. But we're going to take the head down, place the hands on the floor near to the cushions, and then you roll your shoulders onto the lift and then stretch your legs up, and your shoulders will slide down to the floor, and you'll end up in exactly the right position with your buttocks on your lift and legs on the wall. And then your arms need space, so you have to make sure that you're not near to any objects where you have to clamp your arms together. If you don't have enough room, if you're in a very narrow space, you can bend the elbows and put the hands on the belly like that. But make sure the elbows are resting, and then you close the eyes and you can stay for a few minutes, anything up to 15 minutes. So to come out of the pose, I showed you turning from the side, but the other way to do it is to push the feet into the wall again and just wriggle back and down, and then you can bring the legs to cross. I know you can't see my head now, but you can see how the buttocks have come to the floor and the legs are resting on the lift, and then you release your arms out to the side. And then to come out fully, you roll to your side and come up. So that's Viparita Karani, inverted leg.